Kids will be glad to help you anytime.
Call the Alan Cox Show, 216-578-1007 or 1-800-348-1007.
For helping out. Guardians off tonight. They took one in that 3-game series against the Brewers over the weekend. They will return to baseball action tomorrow night. 8:10 is the first pitch in Kansas City against the Royals. And then they'll go to Wrigley to play the Cubs before coming back home next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they'll start up that series against the Atlanta Braves, who are one of the, I don't know if they're the best team in baseball, but they're up there. They're very good right now. Gave away tickets for that game last week because that July 3rd game, Tuesday night. 4th is on a Wednesday next week, yes? Mm-hmm. That game on the 3rd.
No,
I'm sorry, Monday.
4th is Tuesday.
4th is Tuesday.
Monday night is the one where they're going to have the fireworks after the game, and all kinds of festivities.
Why are we even going to celebrate the 4th of July? It's been replaced by Juneteenth. That's what everybody's been telling me.
I saw that.
What do you mean? I
saw that on TikTok.
That's what people. That's the conservative, like, MAGA talking point. It's like they got Juneteenth to try and replace the 4th of July.
But they're in 2 different months.
But there can only be one freedom holiday because everyone is free at the same time in this country, Alan.
I see. No, but literally that's what Juneteenth is.
Right.
That wasn't the case.
But it's a threat.
Yeah, but they...
It's a threat to freedom.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
You mean like Bud Light and Target and Chipotle were?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy. All right, well, what are you going to do? I'll tell you what else is a threat to your freedom here in Ohio. Working from home. Oh, boy. If you're a state employee, legislature wants to limit how much you can work at home if you work for the state. There's a budget amendment. And again, this is a niche complaint, obviously, but there are a lot of people who work for the state of Ohio. And there's an amendment where they want to limit the amount of time that government workers can do their jobs remotely. Because there's a lot of people who, mostly in politics or corporations, big business, that want people back in the office. There's all this prime real, a lot of these companies made all these big real estate investments that are just languishing. That's not your fault if you're a remote worker, but the president of the Ohio Senate said, you do more work, you do more effective work when you are physically present at your workplace, which is weird because just about every office study has found the opposite to be true. That is, for the most part, not true. People are, over the course of the pandemic, over the course of companies that have maintained remote working, people are more productive. They are more efficient.
Happier.
They are happier. They don't call off as much. So it's really not about productivity. It's about managerial control. It's about the boss being able to walk by and look and see what you're... Because you heard a lot of people, too, who are like, well, police officers and firefighters couldn't Zoom in during COVID, which is absolutely true. But they can't. That's not the kind of job that they do.
Right. People understand there's different kinds of jobs.
I mean, plumbers can't either,
Yes.
but I doubt if a plumber cares that a cubicle person working for the state of Ohio would rather do it at home.
Who doesn't love a Zoom doctor's appointment?
Or a Zoom plumber.
I don't like Zoom doctor's appointments, actually.
Well, I'll tell you, the one that I
depends
ever...
on what it's for.
But the one that I ever had never happened, and it was so strange.
And look how healthy you are, so it's fine.
But I remember it was like, I don't even remember what it was for, but it was probably midway...
Probably
through,
Alzheimer's.
Yeah! That's what it was.
Old.
It was midway through the pandemic. In retrospect, you can kind of figure that signpost out, and I had a telehealth, that's what they called it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Appointment with someone at the Cleveland Clinic. And I made the appointment, and I hit the Zoom link, and there was nobody there. And so I was like, okay, I mean, it wasn't a life or death situation, but obviously it was important enough to me that I made an appointment and waited to have it with someone from the Cleveland Clinic in this particular department. Didn't happen. And then about 15 minutes later, I got a thing. Cleveland Clinic has a thing called My Chart where you can go and look at your own stuff on your phone or whatever. And I went, and it asked me how my appointment was with so-and-so doctor. And I was like, well, that didn't, I would think that the doctor would have followed up or something.
Did you get charged?
I probably. I don't know. I mean,
When you make as much money as him,
I
you
don't know that they
You
were.
don't even notice.
Well, it all goes to your insurance. I mean,
What's
What
that?
a privilege.
I was like, wait, it goes to your insurance?
Me and
Like,
Cody
you, don't
over
get,
here like, spell that. We've never heard that
you don't
before.
get billed personally?
well, you were asking me what happened with my doctor's appointment, and my doctor's. I have insurance.
You don't get a call saying, we need to see you right away, sir. We're going to garnish your assets.
I mean, I have gotten those over the course of my life, yes, but in this
See-
particular instance, I did not.
I honestly think I just need a new doctor because my doctor, he's kind of a weirdo, man. He's got like zero bedside manner, which I guess some people might think is good. But when I'm talking to him about like mental health stuff or like medications and things like that,
Is this an older doctor?
no.
Oh.
I would guess he's probably around my age. He's
People think-
probably
people
late
th-
30s, early 40s.
People think doctors all think the same. There are a lot of very
I think
conservative
he hates his
doctors.
job, to be honest with you. Like, not even
It's probably not so
conservative.
much fun being a doctor anymore.
Well, yeah, and I get that over the course of the pandemic or whatever. Like the one time I had COVID, the first time, where I also had all those bug bites that were swelling up, and he was like, "No, your fever's from your allergic reaction to these bug bites." But I was like, "No, dude, I'm telling you, I've had allergic reactions." Like I have to tell him what I want done. He fights me on it, and then I'm right. Like I was like, "Please do a COVID test." Like you don't need a COVID test. Please do a COVID test. You don't need a COVID test. And he finally did it. And he was like, "Well, I'm very surprised that it came back positive." I'm like, "Yeah, I've been telling you I feel like crap, and you're not listening to me." And like when I call him and we do these telehealth visits, this last time I have medication that you have to have an in-person visit for, whether it's via Zoom or in the office, you have to see a doctor. They can't just call in a refill. And so I'm on the Zoom with him, but I don't think he knew I was on it yet because I hadn't turned my camera on. And he's sitting there with like his hand on his head and he just goes like that. And I turn my camera on, I go, "Rough morning."
You could hear him and not, yeah.
His face kind of got ready. He goes, "Sorry, I didn't know you were on here yet." It was like 8:30 in the morning. I was like, dude, this guy hates his life.
Alan, I'm a doctor, and we also hate telehealth visits. Usually, it's just that we forget to join the Zoom.
I don't know, man.
Right, but I mean,
I just feel like talking to a doctor in person, there's a different vibe and a different feeling
Well,
that you
of course
get.
there is.
there absolutely is talking to anybody in person, but I would think that to some degree, these doctors might have actually, during the conditions of a global pandemic, they might have enjoyed that more. Oh, instead of people waiting in the office and bitching and moaning that, click, Zoom, there it is. I guess if you forget to join, I would think that might be somewhere on your calendar. But, at that time, anybody and everybody that had an appointment was doing Zoom. Alan, my Zoom colonoscopy was the worst. It's a big mess. I get it.
Ruined my phone.
They told me to put it in a Ziploc. I just didn't listen. But again, there is that weird line to walk where if you're a doctor, you go, "Look, I've studied this for a long time. I don't need civilians coming in and telling me what I'm doing wrong." But you are also the patient.
And,
And
you're
you
not
know-
me. You
and
don't
you
know what
know-
my body feels like.
Right. You know how you feel and you know how well, but how was that dismissive of mental health if he didn't think you had COVID and you did?
Because my dad had died from COVID and he thought I was overreacting.
I see.
And
He
that
thought
I
you were
was
being
having a
psychosomatic.
Yes, that I was having a traumatic experience and that I was just because I have issues with anxiety with medication he's prescribed me.
Also, at that time, weren't COVID tests free?
Yes.
So it wasn't a financial thing. Why didn't
No,
he just give you one?
This was the same year that my dad died. My dad died in January. I had COVID for the first time that same December, and he thought that I was overreacting, that all of the symptoms that were presenting as COVID symptoms were from this allergic reaction I was having to whatever bug bite I had. And I was telling him, I was like, "No, I'm telling you." And he's like, "No, you're sensitive to the situation because you're dad." I'm like, "Stop telling me what I am."
Yeah, that would be weird.
You know what I mean?
All right, can we?
I'd rather have a guy that just kind of nods and looks at you and agrees, even though he's probably thinking of something else, than somebody who's like actively arguing with you about.
All right, may I pretend I'm the doctor?
No.
And
I'm not giving you $2,000.
I'm not asking you.
That's your copay.
$2,000.
To see Bill
I just-
Squire,
Hey,
physician.
Doc, I think I might have COVID. Could I get a COVID test?
First of all, calm down.
Oh, God. That's honestly kind of how it felt. It's like, honestly,
How come-
Maybe if you
second
smiled
of all,
more,
why
you'd
are
be
your clothes still
healthier.
on?
because I'm here for my nose is stuffy. I don't think I need to take my shirt off for that.
Did you go to doctor school for
Doctor school.
for like 3 years.
Don't tell me what you need, ma'am. I'm the physician, all
Listen,
right?
I spent time in Mexico learning how to be a doctor for a reason.
Now
Now
take
your
your
shirt
shirt
off and stop talking.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Far be it from me to besmirch the graduating class of University of Guadalajara, but
No, I just think he doesn't really care about his job, and maybe I'm wrong, but he just seems very over it. And
why don't you just get another
honestly,
doctor?
I need to. Honestly, that might be from the pandemic. I don't know, because I got him probably in 2020 or 2021.
Because the thing
Yeah,
is,
get a doctor.
if you don't have insurance, you can go to any doctor.
Right.
Just go get another doctor.
Right. I
But
should.
also, calm down.
I know. I know. I know.
Coming with a lot of attitude.
Not even attitude. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. He just seems like he could care less to be in the room.
Did he mark that you were difficult on your chart?
Listen, I understand that I'm difficult. It's like one of the things about me you're going to find out within minutes of meeting me.
Right. But you could have, again, you could have gotten your own COVID test.
Yeah, but I was already there.
I see.
And there was
'Cause-
a time when it was a pain in the ass to get COVID
Yes,
test, so
this
it's
is the
easier to
first
get one.
Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, December 2020 was the first Christmas. The first Christmas where everything was like widely available,
Right.
where you could get tested and vaccines and all that, you know?
But I remember around that time, there was a huge spike in COVID cases.
And there was lines
there
and
was- yeah,
waiting
you
hours
were-
for tests and
you
things
would have
like
to like
that.
schedule one like days in advance.
Yeah.
And you're there.
Yeah, I'm already in your office. Put the swab up my nose. And
Or
stop.
wherever.
Or let me
to
take my pants
determine-
off and you can give me whatever kind of COVID test you think is necessary.
You know what's going to make you happy?
What?
I might be late to this, but this is my new favorite thing. A YouTube channel called Tico and the Man.
I don't know this.
It's a guy who plays guitar and his parrot freestyles.
Oh,
You know,
no. I
um,
need it.
Poundcake was talking earlier about making fun of his mom's bird. He was doing Week and Cock solo, and he went on this thing about his making fun of his mom's bird or something.
My grandmother's bird, yeah.
Grandmother's bird, right? The YouTube channel is Tico and the Man. Tico is the parrot. Frank Maglio is the guy, and I think this is in Florida. All the floors are tiled, and I don't know, maybe he lives in Puerto Rico or something. Humid, warm climate. And I'll show it for you on the live stream, and I just love it. This guy just sits there in what looks like maybe his kitchen. I don't know where this is, but same place all the time, and just plays guitar songs. He'll play Skynyrd. He'll play Pink Floyd. He'll sometimes have accompaniment by a friend. And Tico, the parrot, will just start warbling and doing whatever it wants to do. I'll show this too. This is him playing You Got Another Thing Coming from Judas Priest.
Come on, Tico.
Wow.
I mean, he nails Rob Halford, right? I mean, the great Tico. Yeah, so anyway, I don't know. I just found it over the weekend, and I thought it was hilarious. Now, I do have a 7-year-old, so maybe that's got something to do with it.
That
I
probably
don't
played
know.
into
It
it.
probably
A
played a
bit.
little bit
I
into
feel like
it.
that's funny for one video.
You think
and
so?
Then I don't think I need a second one.
Well,
Well, you're going to get a second one.
I could be wrong. This is just like when Mary does Metallica.
yeah, he might be better than me, honestly.
Oh, God.
Well-
I mean, the bird can sing. I'm not-
Some days you just need to find some mindless
Oh, for sure.
entertainment like that.
Not trying to yuck you
Other
down.
than this program, of course.
Dude, this morning, I was in bed for 2 hours watching videos of people falling down, crying, laughing. Like, I put 2 of them on my story, and I was like, I've been doing this. I got to get out of this bed. I was just because you get lost in it. You just watch one right after the other.
Are these people getting hurt?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like videos people are
Well,
getting hurt.
no, not like breaking a leg or anything, but
Right.
it'll be someone like,
Someone kicks a punching bag and he hurts his toe.
yes. Well, no, he tries to kick a punching bag and accidentally kicks the fence next to him. So he is going full swing at a fence, or like a little kid is sitting on what looks like a motor to I don't know, something, and he's just spinning around in circles and his shoes fly off and he flies off the motor. Like just dumb things like that. No one's actually
Like
hurt.
old America's Funniest Home Video
Yeah,
type stuff.
yeah,
kinda
yeah.
like that.
You're taking a shot to the nuts or whatever. I love it. I think it's the funniest. People falling without seriously injuring themselves.
Well,
You're never going to find something funny.
when you
than
take
that.
a shot to the nuts, though, you need the right.
Yeah,
You need
right?
the sproing.
I guess you could call that one a ball.
A ball? What? A ball?
Like they're playing baseball.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ball 2.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. All right, I got a break. I'll have those Cedar Point passes for you. They're doing Light Up the Point on the 4th of July, if you can get out there then. And if you want to text for something else, 35192, and we'll be back.
Get your tickets now
At AXS.com.
for our 2023